Well, Chuck Todd woke up today again, and he actually gave a pretty darn good interview with Tate Reeves, governor of Mississippi. Here's the deal, and I get a question. These guys don't get tired of being not only hypocritical, silly, but illogical and death-causing. I want you to listen to this interview, then we'll go ahead and take it on the other side, because I think it's going to make a lot of people think.
I want to play something that you said about the vaccine mandate and ask you why the same philosophy doesn't apply here. Let me play what you said.
This is a power grab by the federal government. We've seen this time and time again by the Biden administration, and now we're seeing their strong desire to try to make decisions on behalf of individual Americans. We believe in freedom and individual liberty.
Freedom and individual liberty. Why should the state of Mississippi tell a woman what they should do with their body? Why shouldn't they have that individual freedom on their body, particularly in the first 20 weeks?
Well, this is a prime example, and the far left loves to scream, "My body, my choice." And what I would submit to you, Chuck, is they absolutely ignore the fact that in getting an abortion, there is an actual killing of an innocent unborn child that is in that womb. Here's what we know about babies that are 15 weeks. We know that they have a heartbeat. We know that those babies at 15 weeks actually can open and close their hands. We know that they have developing lungs. And we know that those babies at 15 weeks can feel pain. And so when you talk, the difference between vaccine mandates and abortions is vaccines allow you to protect yourself. Abortions actually go in and kill other American babies. And let's just put this in perspective.
But Governor, vaccines are not about yourself. Governor, hang on a minute. A vaccine is about protecting a larger community. A vaccine is about preventing spread. You could argue a vaccine mandate is a pro-life position.
You could certainly argue that, Chuck, but even if you listen to Dr. Fauci's interview with you earlier today, he made it very clear that the vaccine may not keep you from getting the virus. It may not keep you from spreading the virus, but it can keep you from ending up in the hospital. That's what's been proven during this Delta surge that we've seen in America, is that the virus is continuing to being spread even amongst those who are vaccinated.
I mean, I don't know if he didn't realize that he just made Chuck Todd's position. The vaccine prevents you from having to stay in the hospital. It prevents you from dying. A pro-life position. If you don't have people vaccinated, many more will die. A pro-life position. But let's get to the case with a woman's choice with her own body. You know, we don't have a clear definition of who decides when life begins. But I have another question for Republicans who are always objecting to policies that feed kids, policies that give kids other things to do, policies that extend their lives, prevent them from dying. Why? Because they don't have other alternatives, but they never want to invest in policies that save the lives, yet they go around the place saying, we are pro-life. No, they're never pro-life. They've always been pro-death. I mean, from the inception of this country, those who call themselves Republicans now, I'm talking about politicians, that's who they are. But, you know, secondly, Tate recently, Jackson, Mississippi, their water system is in shambles. Yet, he says to the mayor or to somebody else in there, they need to pay their water bills. They don't have their water bills paid because there are meter problems, etc. But he's willing for them to have bad water and die. Or is that a pro-life position? Don't they matter? I think one should consider that if you believe a 10-week or 15-week fetus is a living being, and you want to protect them, shouldn't you want to protect those people that are living right now, those people that are living next to chemical plants, which you don't want regulations to protect those people from dying? Should they be protecting the water systems in this country to prevent kids from getting or developing mercury-based illnesses, etc., etc., etc.? Let's get this straight. This has nothing to do about body. It has everything to do about a man's power over a woman's body. It has everything to do with having different degrees of control over others so that ultimately you can be in full control. This has nothing to do with life. The Republican politicians have already proven that they care nothing about living people who don't have means. Let's get that clear. Chuck Todd did a good job in giving us that option to expand on the stupidity of what everything is that the Republican tenets are right now. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.